Welcome back to Speak for Yourself. Let's move on to Alvin Kamara, who was back at Saints camp today after being MIA since Friday. His absence led to speculation of a contract dispute, which led to reports that the Saints were open to trading him. But Kamara reportedly had a, quote, nice talk with Sean Payton to clear the air. The two sides will keep working towards a long-term deal, which would make Drew Brees happy since there's been talk that this could be Drew Brees' last chance at another Super Bowl before he retires. LaVar back with us, but Marcellus, answer me this. Do the Saints owe it to Drew Brees to make Alvin Kamara happy?
No, they don't owe it to Drew Brees. If you look at this, the situation Drew Brees finds himself in right now, having to fight tooth and nail to even get his contract 2-year, $50 million, despite being an MVP candidate. And Drew Brees lets you know that no one's rushing him out the door, but they know where the door is in this situation. This is obviously he's supposed to be his last year. And Drew Brees is a tremendous person and obviously an amazing quarterback. But Alvin Kamara is interesting. He needs to focus in on himself, and Drew Brees needs to focus in on himself. Drew Brees has the $17 million backup, don't y'all forget it, and another backup who was a starting quarterback last year, threw for 5,000 yards. So it's not like they're sitting there saying if Drew Brees is not there that they still can't go forward. And Alvin Kamara has to realize the same thing. This is a guy that there's still question marks about his game, his durability, and his game. Let's talk about how never 1,000 rushing yards. You can say, oh, well, he's a receiving running back as well, 81 catches every single year. Yeah, but the yards every single year have decreased, fewer every single year. Then you could talk about the durability and never starting 16 games or not always available for this team. So that's why he's reportedly now in camp and trying to work through this negotiation. I think they want him. I think they want him at a certain price. And then it's still a little bit of a prove-it moment in that deal. There's going to be some prove-it space because Alvin Kamara still has some questions to answer.
The problem with what you said, Marcellus, is you talked about want. It's not about what the Saints want for Drew Brees. It's about what the Saints need. Mm-hmm. And the Saints need Alvin Kamara if they want to win a Super Bowl. Drew Brees, we know that his arm is being held together by duct tape. Phenomenal duct tape, but it's being held together by duct tape. Think about it. 3 years ago, Minnesota Miracle. The Saints were knocking on the door. 2 years ago, Saints got ripped off by a bad call. Then last year, you lose in overtime in the playoffs. They have been knocking on the door of a Super Bowl, but yet they still haven't been able to kick that thing in. Drew Brees is 1 to 2 years away from calling games from a booth instead of calling them from behind center. So if they want to win this thing, you don't just owe it to Drew Brees, you owe it to yourself as an organization. Because riddle me this. In the event you're going to trade Kamara for a first-round pick, a second-round pick, by the time that pick can contribute, Drew Brees ain't going to be on the field. So bump trading Kamara for any future value when you have present needs. The Saints not only owe it to Drew Brees, more importantly, they owe it to themselves. Because if you want to win, the road to success is paved through Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, I kind of extend on that point. That if they're owing anything, they're going to owe it to doing what's best for the organization. And where we're at right now, currently, in terms of looking at Drew Brees and what he brings to the table, they are planning on what the next steps are post Drew Brees. They've already been doing that. As you think about what's taking place with running backs, Kamara better say that he had a great conversation with Peyton. He better say that he feels good about what's going on. Look at what's taking place. Leonard Fournette is one of the most elite backs in the game, an amazing running back, gets released. They're saying he may only command $1 million on the open market. Be careful what you do. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you hope for, because sometimes that treat could turn out to be a trick. And Aaron, when you look at Kamara and his situation, it's better for him to get into camp and get on the roster and get something signed that both sides can live with, because I don't think they owe it to Drew Brees, and they certainly aren't going to look like Alvin and say they owe it to him either.
Yeah, this is interesting, man. Looking at Drew Brees, obviously I played with him. I saw him first snap in the NFL. He was drafted to the San Diego Chargers when I was there. And, man, first year, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, didn't really get on the field. Next year, they starts the whole year, 17 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, trying to figure it out. Like, I don't know. Imagine if social media was around when Drew Brees was starting off like this and how they would have tried to tear him apart. Third year, 11 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. And you're starting to say, oh, this is going south. This is going the wrong direction after this third year. And then they draft the Phillip Rivers. Remember that? And then that boy goes out there, 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, gets franchised, and they sitting there with 2 quarterbacks. And then Drew Brees tears his labrum off the bone, off the torso in Week 17. Bad breaks for Drew Brees. Signs his extension. Peyton gets suspended 1 year. Unreal. 2017, they lose. Minnesota Miracle. 2018, 13-2 season. Oh, the no PI call against the Rams. Opportunity lost again. Then he signs this $50 million extension they had to fight tooth and nail for. Drew Brees, the same kind of money they're giving to Phillip Rivers and the same money they give to an older Brady. Drew Brees can't get it, but he finally signs that extension. Then he finds himself in controversy. Lost his position at the picnic. Can't even be on the grill anymore in the picnic. Now he's in the position, can't even speak his own truth. And he's wearing Jacob Blake tape at practice and got to go out there and fight for Alvin Kamara. I'm just looking at this situation as it's really unfortunate that all of the circumstances that has led or gotten in the way of Drew Brees' greatness, it may actually cloud how we're going to look at Drew Brees. So in this situation, I hope it works out. Kamara gets his extension. He is reliable, durable, and productive. So Drew Brees can finally go out, maybe with a swan song. It'd be nice to see that.
Yeah, to me, Marcellus, there's just nothing cloudy about it. Drew Brees has to realize, to a degree, right now in the imminent future, his success is dependent on number 41. Before Kamara was with Brees, Brees' winning percentage, 58. Since, it's 76%. Before Kamara was with Brees, Brees' completion percentage, 67. Since, 74. Before Kamara was with Drew Brees, his passer rating, 99. Since, 111. Drew Brees is a phenomenal quarterback on his way to the Hall of Fame, but if he wants to be on his way to his second Super Bowl championship, he needs to ride the back of that man, number 41.
Mark Ingram. Sorry.
The Saints are the Saints are looking at not having fans in the stadium. The Saints are looking at not having parking lots full. The Saints are looking at advertisers and marketers not using and paying the type of money that they paid in years past. This is the worst time for somebody to be asking if the Saints owe Drew Brees the keeping Alvin Kamara happy. It's a pandemic, people, and things are being done differently. They are not going to put themselves in any type of risk to try to pay Kamara to make Drew Brees happy. It doesn't work out that way.
We will see.